Hey everybody, it's Ellie here. Um, kind of doing a video today at the request of a couple of friends who have set up a food and clothing drive for the poor and the hungry. Um, I remember a time when I was very young and I was living on the streets of Toronto, and thank God for the food banks and the churches that were at the helping hand when you needed it. And I think today more so, it's more important that we do what we can to help out. The Vests Canada and the RIC Canada are asking your help this year up until the events in April. I will leave the full details below. On Wonderland Road in London, Ontario, they're holding a food and clothing drive. And if you can, please help out. This is very, very needed right now. The food banks are low on food. The churches are low. Their capacities are full. And a lot of these people are left displaced with little to eat and little or nothing to eat and not sufficient clothing for this type of weather that we're in right now. I can think of times where I wondered if things would ever get better. When I was living on the streets, I didn't know I was eating, meal to meal. Sometimes there was 2 or 3 days between meals and 2 or 3 days between sleep. So I know what these people are going through, and I know how hard it is, especially in this weather, especially our veterans who are kicked out of the shelters and thrown on the street for the migrants that are being brought in by our corrupt Liberal government. Quisling Justin Trudeau and his Liberals have displaced so many people, and now we have a multitude of people who are on the streets, and they're hungry and they're cold. So if you can, to make it to Wonderland Road to help donate. This is very important, okay? We all live in our nice warm houses and enjoy a nice sleep every night, but these people don't have that same option. They're cold, they're hungry, and a lot of them have nowhere to live. And for most of them, it's not a choice of their own. They've been forced into this situation by corrupt governments and globalists who just keep taking the money and not leaving anything for those who need it most. And I think it's up to us as Canadians to reach out and to help. And the best way we can do that is to donate. And we can only help so much. And I think this kind of a food and clothing drive is awesome, because you don't have to bring people into your home. You don't have to put yourself out. All you have to do is find some clothing you don't need anymore, or maybe some new clothing that didn't fit, and donate it. Food items, any food items, you're going through your grocery store, if you can afford a couple of things, throw them in your basket and donate them. Will make a huge difference to those who don't have welfare, and various other government agencies don't give them enough money to really survive on. And even if they have a place, they're still left going to food banks. I know I've had to use food banks too. Even when I had a place, to live and everything, the food ran out and I had to go to food banks too. So I know exactly what that's like. And that's why I agreed to do this video, because I personally had been affected by the same thing. And there was always a hand reaching out to me. A church, a group, or a food bank that was available. But now, like I say, there's so many people displaced. The food banks are running low. The churches are maxed. The whole system's being pushed so hard. And these friends of mine are holding this event to help alleviate for London, Ontario, which has a large population of displaced people. And hopefully we can make a difference. Hopefully we can do something to help these people. And this is not a guilt trip video. This is not a tearjerk video. This is a straight up video, because I've been there and I know, and a lot of you probably been there, and you might know too, what it's like to be short on food or to have inadequate clothing in the winter. especially in Canada. Our winters are pretty harsh here. In London, Ontario, it's all surrounded by farms, so the wind goes right through the city, and anyone who lives in London, Ontario knows how much colder it is than other cities around them and towns. So please, I'm asking you to reach out if you can and donate, and hopefully we can help these people and help them to keep a little warmer and have something to eat, right? It's a hard situation to be in, and a lot of them don't want to ask for help. A lot of them are too proud, and you know veterans are those people, okay? So we actually it's better for us to be there for them, available, so they don't really have to run around and ask. It's not a fun situation when you're desperate. And like I said, I've been there. You know, I've enjoyed a lot of good years because I fought to get off the streets. But a lot of these people don't have the resources that I had to do that. And they're stuck on the streets. Or they're stuck in a house with no food because rents are so high. Especially in the London area, it's obnoxious. So please, if you can help, we would very much appreciate it. From the Yellow Vests Canada and the referendums initiated by Citizens Canada, we all would thank you if you can help. And I give a shout out to all my subscribers, all my new subscribers, and all my viewers. You people are awesome, and I hope you all have an awesome day. We'll chat soon.